Have you ever felt like you need a shield to protect yourself from all the energies out there? I used to feel the same way too, trying every protection spell and practice that I could find. But what if I told you that true freedom isn't about blocking energies out? Let's talk about a whole new approach to energetic protection that's more empowering and especially freeing. Aloha, my beautiful ones. My name is May. I'm your friendly cyber witch from next door, coming in through the cyberspace into your digital media with some wisdom. And before we dive in, let's start with a poem. This poem, although written for empaths, I feel also works for ADHDers. So for all your ADHDers out there who are also tuning in, tune into the same energy. Because, again, we rewatch my video about empath and ADHD. This is all for you. And this poem was created to support you, to remind you, and to empower you. I hope you enjoy listening to it. Empath empowerment inside out. When your circuits are sparking and your heart's in the dark, you keep crafting shields like they're body armor. But what if power was never that far? We've been told protect yourself, shield your soul from the sadness, the anger, the endless scroll. But what if instead it's all reflection, begging attention for your transformation? The first shift, let go of the need to constantly focus on what you must flee. I ain't saying be reckless or throw down your guard, but living in fear, that makes life hard. Forget the spells and the endless amulets, keys. It's not about blocking, it's about being free. Embrace your truth, let your energy flow. This is your field. You choose who gets close. Go on, stand firm, declare it aloud. Right here, right now, I reclaim my crown. Feel the shift? That clear, clean boost? Time to harness that? You're done with the ruse? You don't need to run from the pain. Forget the projections, detach from your name. The real power comes from knowing this, that everything's energy and you exist in a loop of reflection. What's within comes out. But you, yes, you have the loudest shout. The universe listens, feeds you the vibe. You embody, you decide. What are you putting on the line? So pause, take a breath, feel that beat inside your chest. That's no battle call, it's your true protection, your beacon of light, a bold reflection. Self responsibility, it's not a prison, it's liberation. Hands on the wheel of your own vibration. So, what's it going to look like when you drop the blame? When you take back the power and step in your name? This ain't no waiting game. It's an inner shift. You control the magic, your presence, your gift. We rise, we don't hide from these waves inside. We walk as empaths wide open, unbound, not shielded away, but with feet on the ground. I decide who gets close, who stays, or who's gone. My energy's mine. I call the shots. I'm my own song. Can you feel that force, that deep inner hum? That's no fear, babe. That's where your magic comes from. The world shifts around me, but I stay strong. Say it loud, say it clear. I belong. When your circuits are sparking, no longer afraid of the dark, you've learned to own the space, your energy field. And that, my friend, is your greatest shield. You belong in the storm, in the calm, in the power. Your true gift is that in every moment. You've grown into a living, breathing flame, untouchable, unshielded, and whole. And today it's about talking about this whole, protection talk, protection scene that I've been seeing, at least in my algorithm, especially now around Halloween. Everything was about, oh my God, how you can protect yourself, from negative energies and how you can get rid of negative energies. That one wasn't too bad. But, the protection spells were kind of like a lot, and not just spells, not just on the witchy side, but, how to protect yourself. It's all about the protection. And that's, that's a whole discussion that we can do, especially, that will probably just be too long. But for now, this is something that I was noticing now that we're coming into the dark part of the year where the nights are longer, where, the veil between our world and the spirit world is a little thinner, especially, coming closer to winter solstice. But, having all that, and then there's so much talk about protection. You need to protect yourself, and for me, this reminds me of my early days as an empath, as a, shamanic practitioner. That was, before I learned of how the Hawaiians view the world and basically about the universal laws of energies, right? And, back then, I don't know if I've mentioned it here, but, the both teachers that I used to have at that time, both of them said, we can't tell you anything other than you will have to find out for yourself how to deal with this empathic gift. And so, of course, the first thing you try to do is, okay, how many things, to protect myself can I do? And you get amulets and you get symbols and you get so many things to try to protect yourself. And the problem that I saw in it wasn't the spells itself. It was beautiful to do that. And I remember how I could go weeks being in an amazing state of energy, right? But then, my empathic gift became even stronger. That's another story that I might tell you at some other point. But, my empathic gift became stronger, and the protection was helping, but it wasn't at the same time. I would still feel overwhelmed. I would still, I went into a room and I was like, I want to be protected. I put on all the protection spell and I walk in there and woof, like a sadness would hit me, or a fear would hit me, or an anger would hit me. Right. And like many people back then, I was like, oh my God, what can I do? There's so much negative energy out there, and I'm being bombarded by it. And I completely get you if you're still feeling like that. But I want to show you two things that really changed a lot for me. Actually, three things that really changed a lot for me, because maybe this way I can, spare you some heartache with this topic, right? So the first thing was to get rid of that over focusing on the limitations. Meaning, if I need to protect myself, it's because I am in a state of lack. Because apparently there's something inside, there's something that I need protection of. And that's a sort of an icky energy. It's not a nice energy to, think that you have to walk through life having to protect yourself all the time. And that's also one of the points that I got to was, why am I living in a world where I need protection all the time? That's something that we view within ourselves. That's something that we see within ourselves. That's a belief that we have. And by over focusing on the need of protection, then that is what you're going to be needing all the time. Right? But the thing is that ultimately, those don't solve all the problems. And here comes the next point, number two, that I think very important, is embracing empowerment over protection. So that is the true empowerment that you can have as an empath. And I'm saying this to all my ADHDers as well, because you might have something similar as well. It's about embracing the feelings that you have, embracing, for the ADHDers, the thoughts that we have, how they go all over the place, our energy, how it is all over the place, how we're feeling so many things. What about if you embrace it and instead of fighting it, you actually step into your power of saying, okay, hold on, this is my energy field. I decide what comes in and what comes out. I decide that. So right now, in this moment, I'm deciding that no one else is coming into my system. I need to focus on my own energy. And by shifting that focus, you're focusing on yourself and you're empowering yourself because it's your energy field. And if after using the sentences that I just told you, I am empowering myself, I'm standing in my power, and I decide who enters my energy field, whatever you feel after that, you're going to know it's yours. It's yours to transform. It's your thoughts, it's your feelings, it's your emotions that want to be transformed, right? Because, and this is the understanding of energetic projections. You know, this is like the essential that I hope that all of my viewers, you out there, hear and hopefully understand at some point how energy works, because I always see it a little bit like we are these projectors, right? We are the beacons of some form of energy. And with that, I mean my emotional, my brain, and my um cognitive energy field, my emotional energy field, my energy field that I have, from my connection to my soul. The whole system has certain beliefs, has certain things that we have that make us, right? But also the thing is that those beliefs are sent out like a beacon. And the universe picks up on them and goes like, oh, this person is feeling this and that, so they want more of that. So I'm going to send it back to them, right? And once we understand that form of projection, whenever someone triggers something within you, be it a fear, be it a belief that's way old, embrace it. It's going to change a lot. I know it sounds horrible in the beginning, and it's like, May, what are you doing? So please do it in a safe environment. But if you can, find friends where you can talk to them about it, that will hold the space for you. But if you can, embrace that energy instead of saying, oh my God, I'm angry because that person over there is angry. Don't put it on them. Ask yourself, what am I angry about? What could I be angry of? Because maybe that person's anger that you're feeling right now is actually a projection of something that you have been feeling that wants to be healed inside of you. One of the many reasons why I love interacting with other people, because sometimes they will, send something back to me, and I will be standing there and going like, hold on, what is this person showing me right now? This is triggering me on a very deep level. I want to know what it is, because then I can heal it within myself. And this brings us to the third part, which is integrating self-responsibility and inner work, because that's the best thing you can do. And this is what I'm saying. The more you do that, the more you connect to that principle of law of attraction that I just mentioned. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, everybody's talking about the law of attraction, but this is a principle for energy workers, for empaths, for anybody that feels some form of energy. And this also goes for us ADHDers with our thoughts going all over the place. The more we embrace the knowledge that we are the beacon that is sending out some form of information, and the universe is just sending it back to me, the more I go into that self-responsibility, step into that. And I know it's like, oh my God, why do I need to take responsibility for all of this? The moment you do, you are the one that are able to make any changes. As long as you don't do that, that's not going to happen. As long as that doesn't happen, you're going to be in the mode of, what's it called? In victim mode. And as long as you're in victim mode, you won't be able to change anything. And I'm going to say it with all the love, if you like being in the victim mode, it's okay. Just be there. Sometimes we just need to throw ourselves a pity party and be in victim mode for a couple of days. But the moment you're ready to change something, step into that self-responsibility. Step into that, because I know you can. And I know it feels scary, but the more and more you do that, and this was a game changer, a huge game changer for me. The more you do that, the more you're going to be in your own power. And the beautiful thing about that is you're not going to be needing any protection anymore. I'm not going to say I don't need it at all, because, for me, I still use protections practices. I'm going to call it practices instead of spells, for myself. But we're talking about once a year, maybe twice a year, because there's a situation, because I might be so tired, because there has been, like 2024 was a strong, very strong year with a lot of, in transformation, with a lot of things happening for us that needed to be transformed. And they were intense. And the thing is, the more we embrace that, the more we stepped into our own power, the better it was. But because it was so intense, sometimes it would be too tiring. So for those days, if I don't have the power right now to go into self-responsibility and inner work, that would just make me go crazy, right? So if I don't have the strength, I would probably be overwhelmed. So for not being overwhelmed, I would use a small protection practice for that moment, and park the inner work for a later moment. But trust me, I try not to wait too long because I want to get that done. I want to transform that energy that's happening right there. Right? So empowerment through self-mastery, and self-mastery comes with self-responsibility, with the inner work, because you bring yourself up in there. You embrace that self-mastery. I know we all can. We have that power, each and every one of us. We have the power to embrace our own gifts, to embrace all of it. And instead of protecting us for the world, embracing why we're here for, because all of us have a reason, have a purpose to be here, to be the way we are. We came here the way we came here because there's something that we're supposed to be doing. And I feel like if we focus too much on protecting ourselves, we're forgetting to live that life. And the more we practice self-mastery, and this is amazing, I can just tell you, for me, I've been on this journey for, oh my God, I don't know, don't let me lie to you, but it must be around the officially 14 years since I started, learning with 16 years since I started learning with my shamanic teacher. And way before that, I was already practicing other stuff. Knowing my empathic gift has been since 2010, sort of like 14 years, something like that. And it's still a journey. I'm still learning more and more. I'm still embracing more and more. But like I said, I don't have to focus on protection anymore. I don't. I might do it once or maybe twice a year because there's a moment where I'm so much going through transformation and I need a break and I need to pause, so I'll park certain things for a couple of days and then I'll move on, and that's it. But it's not the focus on that, because it's more the focus on working on myself, working on my own, on self-mastery, because the more I do, the less negative energy, the less overwhelm happens because of everybody else or because of everybody else's energies. So instead of looking on ways to shield yourself from the world, maybe it's time to see that your own inner healing is the most powerful protection that you can make. So when we let go of our old beliefs and allow ourselves to stand in our true power, we naturally draw in energies that support our growth. And that is the true freedom that I wish for all of you. With that said, my beautiful ones, I hope you enjoyed today's insight. If you haven't, subscribe my YouTube channel, or if you're getting this through my LinkedIn newsletter, sign up, subscribe to my LinkedIn newsletter to not miss out on my next insights. And I know you are an amazing dream weaver out there. So stay magical, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, what you running from? Feel the power now, here it comes. Heart open wide, step in your name. No more hiding, or you found the flame. Yeah, we've been told to hide, run and protect, but it's time now, love, no regrets. Block out the noise, that endless scroll. Focus on you from soul to soul. Yeah, you choose what's coming in. No more walls to fight, what's within. I feel the energy flowing through. It's your power, it's waiting for you. Hey, come step in the fire, girl, don't you hide. I reclaim it now, feel it deep inside. No fear in this body, feel the energy rise. We're all in this space out here under the sky. Right here, right now, I reclaim my crown. I reclaim my crown. Heart open wide, I'll never back down. I reclaim my crown. Feel that shift now, you found the sound. Open your soul, let your magic be found. Decide who gets close, who stays, or who's gone. I reclaim my crown. No need for the talismans or runes. You, my girl, are the brightest tune. Let the world shift, spin, twist around, but you stay grounded, strong, unbound. Feel the wisdom from the earth and sky. Energy moving, you daring to fly. It's not about hiding or fighting the storm. You become the calm, you rise reborn. I ain't running from the hurt, no more playing small. I step in the light, I hear the call. Owning my story, I'm taking my place. No one can move me, I claim my